Hello everybody, my name is Alex Askaroff and I write the On the Road series and the Sewing Machine Pioneer series for Amazon, and I run the Sew a Lot site, and today I'm going to show you one of my all-time super favourite machines. I know I say that a lot, but my god, I have a few. This is the 19th century James Galloway Weir chain stitch. Now it's an extraordinary story. In Canada you've got Charles Raymond, and he's making this beautiful little chain stitch and he's supplying it across the world to Weir in London. Now, how does Weir get more orders? He's on a boom, he's in the centre of the wealthiest part of the world and the sewing machines are going crazy. How does he get more supplies? Let me tell you how he does it. He writes a letter in his office and he gives it to a lad, and the lad takes it to the post, and the post goes down to the docks, and the docks it goes onto a ship, and then that ship sails, it's pre-steam, it sails across the world, and if it's lucky, with 3 million shipwrecks, you never know, if it's lucky, it makes it all the way to Canada. Then it gets off of the docks and the letters part of it, and it travels here and it's on a stagecoach. Eventually, it gets to Raymond in his head office in Canada, and he opens it up and he goes, it's from London. It's from my old mate. He wants 1,000 sewing machines. Okay, let's get making them. Can you see how terrible that is for someone who's got supply and demand? He's got demand, he can't get supplies. So what does he do? James Galloway Weir, who later became a politician, that explains a bit of his character. He makes his own machine. So he makes a copy of the Raymond machine, but he makes improvements. He does cross-cut helical gears, which give much bigger surfaces for wearing on. They're smoother, they're longer lasting, they're quieter. He improves the stitch length adjustment with a nice little brass thumb nut instead of a little awkward screw. He makes the biggest thing of all, he makes a beautiful adjustable tension. You can see here on the early 1861 patent the tension and the assembly, although the similar looking machine, but the plain fact is this is a big improvement. He also puts serial numbers on his machine so he can actually track his machines, which Raymond didn't. And on the plate where it used to say Raymond 1861 patent, it now has James G. Weir, and on the other side of the plate it has 2 Carlisle Street, Soho, London. Now today, of course, we know Soho, London as a nightclub, but in Victorian London, the Soho Square Mile was the centre of the European sewing industry, and all the big names from Singer to Frister and Rossman to Wheeler and Wilson, they all had their offices in that square mile. So this machine is going up on eBay, and I tell you, it's got a few astounding things coming with it. It's got, not that astounding, my book, signed copy, which has everything I've ever learned about the two companies, how they were great friends, how it all fell out, how it all ended up in court. That's a really good read. But the other thing that is extraordinary, when you start to look close up on this beautiful machine, this is totally hand painted. The very first ones of James Galloway Weir's machines were hand painted, and astonishingly this, which within a few years was completely done with decals and transfers, this is hand painted as well. Now the skill of a person who can do that is just extraordinary. So here we go, a basic chain stitch, drop the lever down and it's just going to sew away. Nice, simple, easy. And isn't it extraordinary that a machine that was made probably around 1870, it still does a beautiful chain stitch. And I tell you what I love the burnished steel of 19th century engineering. I just absolutely adore that. It oozes back to its heritage. So yeah, that's going up for eBay and that will disappear to a collector somewhere. My son's made this beautiful oak base to set it off perfectly, and that will be in someone's collection for, you know, for their life. And I hope you've enjoyed looking at that, and check out my Sew a Lot site. Bye for now.